I'm going to do my very best to not make this video too long, but I just love to talk. I have read quite a few books this year, but I have narrowed down my top 10 books that I've read in 2025, which was a very big challenge for me because I genuinely have kind of loved every book that I've read this year. Are you ready for it? First up, we have Addie Jimenez, Part of Your World. So I am not a romance girly. I don't like consider myself a romance girly, but this book made me a little bit romance girly. I like it so much. It was so good. Daniel is like my favorite non-fantasy fae man in the whole wide world. I love Daniel. Next is Demon Copperhead. This book was so good. It was so sad and it was so sweet and it was heartbreaking but it was so good. It was great. I hate putting it at number 9. It was that good, but I can't help it. I read too many good books. Okay. Next, What Wild Women Do. I loved this book. I'm a sucker for like a time jump book where there's like one storyline going on and then like a couple decades later you have another storyline going on at the same time. I love that kind of stuff. And also it was like the 70s hippie female empowerment. Like, oh my gosh, this book is so me. Sunrise on the Reaping. This was such a good book, and it just kills me how Suzanne Collins is still like cranking out stuff in the same universe, in the Hunger Games universe. It's still going on and it is still incredible, and you would think at some point she would run out of incredible things to say about it, but she doesn't. It's great. We love it. Is Kristin Hannah's The Great Alone. I read a lot of Kristin Hannah this year. It was hard. I made myself only pick one Kristin Hannah book for my top 10, and I picked The Great Alone, which is about Alaska. It was so good. It was really hard to pick between like The Women and Nightingale and Great Alone. Like, they're all so incredible, but I chose The Great Alone because there was like an hour left in the audiobook, and I thought I was going to just DNF the book. I was like, I can't listen anymore. I'm so mad. I hate this so much. And then I kept going, and I loved it. You know, it's the emotional torment that happened, okay? Culpability. I loved Culpability. It was such like a mind melding, like it messes with you a little bit, and also like, what are we doing with AI? Like, it's incredible, but it's also so scary, and it's a good read. You need to read it right now. Also part of Oprah's book club. I have a couple Oprah books in here. Oprah just knows what to read. I don't know what else to say. Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I read quite a few Taylor Jenkins Reid this year. She's one of my favorite authors. Of course, I'm going to read a lot of her books. Atmosphere was elite level of goodness. Like, it was so just incredible. It was incredible. And you know, I thought space. I'm not like a super big space girl, although I live close to the Space and Rocket Center, and space has been a big part of my life growing up, but I'm not like a space girl. But oh my god, I love this. This was it was so good. It was space, but it was a relationship, and it was personal growth, and it was so good. Next, way out of left field, was Project Hail Mary. I was not going to read this book, and it was recommended everywhere, and then my mom read it, and she told me some things, and I'm like, I'm not going to read that book. It's not my thing. It's fine. I'll watch the movie later. It's fine. She's like, no, you have to read it. So I read this book. It's one of my favorite books I've read all year. It was so good. So if you're thinking like, ooh, outer space, in the void, I don't really care. No. This book is incredible. It tugs at your heart. You get so invested in these characters. Mom and I have been quoting it like crazy. Project Hail Mary is one of the best books I've read this year. Maybe one of the best books I've ever read, period. So good. So good. Okay, Quicksilver. I'm wearing my Quicksilver shirt. So I am a fantasy girl. I love fantasy books, and I've had a really hard time getting into fantasy after the SJM universe. If you know, you know. Callie Hart's Quicksilver sucked me in. I love it. Every ounce of it. Brimstone was incredible, too. I did kind of, like, play with Brimstone and be like, well, nothing really happened but a love story, which, you know, that's fine. I'm down with that. But Quicksilver, the first one, so good. I love Quicksilver. I love Kingfisher. That man right there. I love him so much. He's, like, one of my favorite Fae guys, which is really hard to get on the list, but, like, he's second. He's second on the list. Sorry, Rysand. Sorry, Azrael, though? I don't know. Second or third on the list. We'll get there. And then my favorite book of the year. This was the hardest pick ever. The last one, my favorite book of the year, because I had so many, like you just saw, so many good books. But that goes to The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. And I want to talk about The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue for a second, because I think for 2 years, my cousin tried to get me to read The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, and he was telling me it was so good. And I was like, yeah, it sounds really depressing in a way. And also, like, I just don't think I can, I've got a really big TBR. So then I read it this year, and he was right, and I apologize for being wrong. He was right. It is incredible. It is beautiful, and it is heartbreaking, and it makes you think about the lives that you touch, and what is a legacy, and how you leave your mark, and how, like, the simplest things, oh my god, it's so good. And it's heartbreaking, and it goes back in time, and it's French, and, like, I don't know how it gets better than that. Anyway, The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue was my top pick for the year, but these top 10 are all my top picks, honestly. 10, let me know a book you've read this year that you absolutely loved, or your top 10, or if maybe we have the same, and if you're looking for books, check these out first.